We face the threat of copyright infringement like never before. Up to 350 billion images were uploaded to the internet last year. That's more than 50 for everyone alive on the planet. But was it right for Getty to make millions of its images free to use online? In a commercial world, was it inevitable that Getty would use its market clout to call the shots?
It's not good for photographers because Getty have taken a marketplace that was essentially a cottage industry and designed to sell people's collections of photographs and turned it into a commodity, a marketplace that's based on pilot high and sell them cheap.
Professional photographers' work is being given away for free. And it's quite hard to see where any money is going to come out of it for them. So I don't see what's good about that.
I think the move by Getty is really, I think there's two aspects to it. I think it could be beneficial for photographers because it could allow them to commercialise work that might otherwise have been used illegally. That said, there's the other side is obviously that photographers are not going to be paid for work that they might otherwise have sold.
In the past, Getty had a large department of people chasing infringements and breaches of copyright, and I wonder whether they've done the maths and decided that it's not worth their time and the number of people they employ to chase these infringements.
If all the photos posted on the web last year were printed out, the line would almost stretch from Earth to the planet Mars. The Royal Photographic Society warns that making pictures free to use online will deepen a perception that everything on the web is free.
I think the Getty move does send out the wrong message to the public that images essentially are free and available for anyone to use, and as we know and as amateur photographers have been so good about saying is that copyright's important. Photographers should be protecting their work, and I think this is perhaps the one area where the Getty move does fall down a bit because it's effectively saying you've been using these images illegally, we're going to legalise that for you, but we're still not going to monetarise it or try and turn that into revenue for photographers.
We've been struggling really since images started appearing on the internet with people making the assumption that once it's there, it's in the public domain and therefore it's okay to use.
The main message is a negative one, which is that you don't have to pay for photography and you don't even have to pay for professional photography.
Social networking sites have led to an explosion in online photos. Facebook users are responsible for posting around 350 million pictures every day. In a world where copyright infringements can easily spiral out of control, are there any upsides to Getty's move?
I think there is a positive angle to it, which is that although people aren't paying for the Getty embed, it is clearly a legal license and there are conditions. So it's got to promote the idea that there is copyright, that it's being controlled.
Essentially photography is a creative endeavour and Getty are attempting to commoditise it in a way that no one has ever tried before. We as individual creators and owners of the copyright to images are extremely sceptical about whether this is going to have any positive effect for anyone other than the Getty owners and Getty shareholders. Certainly Getty's contributing photographers on the whole don't think this is a great move, and obviously those of us who aren't Getty contributing photographers are pretty angry about this because it's changing our marketplace in a way that nobody expected. Obviously we work in a market-driven economy, but this is doing damage that's essentially going to damage lots and lots of individual creators, and eventually it's going to trip Getty up as well.
Getty said that no one was available to take part in this video. In a statement released through the agency, Getty photographer Ron Gallela said, "As professional photographers, we can never stand still and resist a change that has already happened. When the landscape changes around us, we must be prepared to recognise that, move on and embrace our next opportunity. Anything that helps more photographers' work to be seen by a greater number of people is a positive thing, especially if that work can be consistently credited and recognised, be it artistically or editorially." Getty's move has clearly shaken up the imaging industry, and with nearly 1 trillion images expected to be taken this year, will other agencies follow? To keep an eye on developments, check out the AP website at amateurphotographer.co.uk. Thanks for watching.